How do you create habits that will stay for you basically the rest of your life? Long-term, sustainable habits that you create once and the rest of your life you have benefit of creating, of the created habit. How do you do that? And also, how do you make sure that you maintain this, that it's not gonna fall down? We all know this, right? In the beginning of the year is a really good example. Usually we want to lose weight, we want to become stronger, we want to make really good social connections, we want to focus on this passion we have or this hobby, we want to do new stuff, we have all this inspiration in ourselves. And how often does it happen that after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe maximum 4 weeks, we give up on it? We don't look back on it, we are not busy anymore with it, and all these things are gone. Now, today I will share with you, in my opinion, the most, not just important, but like the most simple strategy you can basically use to always create habits in a good way without falling back. So, the strategy I want to share with you has to do with 2 areas. You can basically choose to do it the other way or the other way, and one way I would say is not gonna last forever and the other one will last forever. So we will focus on what I call the difference between doing things from motivation, from a motivational point of view, or from what I call like basically habits, like routines you build. What a lot of people try to do is working with what I call the motivational strategy. So what are we doing? We have this inspiration, so let's say, yes, today I want to lose weight, okay? And you start to do that, but you don't think about making a habit of it, you're just going all in on this topic, and after a while you give up on this. This happens often, and you don't even have to blame yourself for this, because it's really normal that this happens. It's like human behavior, it's how we function. But why is this not working? This is the most important thing to think about. And in my opinion, if we do these things from like a motivational strategy point of view, we have one thing we actually don't want to create, and this is like we do things out of emotion. And our emotions or feeling for that moment is dependable on that feeling. So what I mean with that, you don't wake up every day with the same feeling, do you? Sometimes you wake up and you feel like amazing. The other day you wake up and you're like, right? It's gonna be a tough day. The thing with the motivational strategy is that if you have this day where you wake up like really good, you will do all this stuff. It's not gonna be a problem. But the days where you don't feel like that, or the days where something happens which brings you down, those are the days that you're not gonna do it. And this is where you don't create a habit, but where you create this, which will always be dependable on your feelings. And this is the thing, we don't want to have this kind of strategy basically, because it's not going to work. It will be like this. So you will follow, let's say, one course about losing weight. You focus on that, you're busy with that. After a while you stop, you see another course, you take that course and you start over again. Oh, it's not working as well, so I do something else. No, it's not about the course. Most courses will be fine. The thing is to stick with that course and to create habits to help you to get the most out of that course. How many people are there buying, let's say, courses and never do something with this? It has to do with this as well. Yeah, so we don't want this motivational strategies, but we want something else. So what do we want? And now the habit strategy is coming in. So I want to share with you this habit strategy. And this one is focused on like routines. It's like, most important, independable from your feelings. So if you feel, it doesn't matter if you feel good or you feel bad, you are still gonna do that. And this is, in my opinion, the strategy you want to use to create really powerful habits that can change everything in your life. And the thing is, if you change one of those habits, the rest of your life you will have the benefit of that habit. If you stop smoking, let's say you stop smoking, you will focus like 1 year on stop smoking. You manage to do this for months, and maybe after that another year or like whatever, then you create it in 1 or 2 years. Basically you created a habit where you have the rest of your life, you have the profits of this habit. And actually then it's not so much anymore, right? So like spending 1 year and stopping smoking, and if you still have 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years left, well, it's a good deal, right? And you can do this, and then imagine that this is just one goal. But what if you can do this with different kind of goals over the years? It will really change your lifestyle, isn't it? In a really good and beneficial way. So I would like you to think about a habit you can change. Think about this habit and how you can make more like a routine out of this. I will give you an example. So let's say this is something I did in the past actually. So like I was always like a night owl, but I wanted to go earlier to bed and wake up earlier as well, because I thought like this might be much more like beneficial. And like whatever, I was starting my business, I had a busy life, I was like, I want to create also more time, get more out of my day. So I started to make the habit of getting up at 6 a.m. And this was something new for me. I woke up at that moment, it has been years ago, like 8, 9, 10, like something in between. Sometimes it was changing a bit. And then I went to 6. So now there are two things you can do if we want to use this strategy. We can decide to go directly to 6. It's a little bit the motivational strategy, can be, because we are like, okay, let's go to 6. Okay, I will do this now every day. But it might be that you will give up at some point. So you can also choose to make the routine, to make it smaller. So if you wake up every morning now at 9, you want to go to 6, try first 8 a.m. in the morning. It's already 1 hour earlier. And then you can focus on that. If it's not working, make it smaller again. So make it like 8:30, for example. And from there you can go. If this works, you can go to 8, you can go to 7, you can go to 6. Depending on what you and how you want to create this habit. So you can go directly to 6. Just make sure that if you try this and for 1-2 months you manage to do this, but it's still not a habit, you're still thinking about it, and sometimes you do it, sometimes not, the goal might be too big. So you want to focus then maybe on like making it smaller. If it works directly, better for you. Yeah. So you can just make it a habit like directly, like waking up every morning at 6. But really focus on this habit. This is the most important. So this is also why I not really recommend, but again it's my opinion, to change 5 or 10 habits at the same time. It's gonna be too much. Like to just really make it like a sustainable long-term thing is something else. Yes, you can work on 10 habits directly, but I will guarantee you can't focus on all these things at the same time, and it will be like really hard to create at least one out of these 10 habits, because you're so like your focus is like everywhere and nowhere basically. So this is what I wanted to share you about creating habits, and also to not fall back into your old habits, your bad habits probably. So this is a way of doing it, just to think about the motivational strategy and the habit strategy, and to change your mindset basically about how can I accomplish actually a good habit in my life in a sustainable and long-term way, because this is where I like to focus on. And I believe a lot of people use the other mindset. They use the motivational mindset. It gives the most dopamine, it gives the most, right? The habit is actually, it's a bit more boring. You need more patience for this. Patience, well, nowadays it's hard to find in people sometimes. Yeah, so like you will create also this really nice, almost like skills in your life, which will benefit for you the long term. Self-discipline. What I said already, like patience, I can't repeat it enough basically. But those are the things you cannot just focus on for now, but it will benefit you in a lot of different areas. And every time you create a habit, it will become easier and easier to create those habits as well. All right, I would like you to think about something you would like in your life, like a goal, like a habit you want to change, and try to use for yourself. I would like to challenge you to use this habit strategy instead of the motivational strategy. So this might mean that you start a bit slower down, not too much like this, but a little bit slower, smaller steps, and then create slowly this habit, which will create your more benefit in your life for over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And then you can build another habit and another habit and another habit, and this way you can build like a temple of like good habits basically in your life. But is it easy? No, actually it is, but at the same time it's not. And you get the point. Yes, so share me in the comments, which habit would you like to change? Is it like recognizable for you? Do you recognize this? Do you sometimes fall back? It's like you try this, you go back, you go again, you go like this all the time. It's like you want to reach this mountain, you go halfway, you stop, you choose another mountain, you go halfway, we go back again, another one, etc, etc. Let me know in the comments. Give a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more of this valuable content. And then I hope you, of course, to see you next time with the next video. Think big, start small.